Hello everybody, I'm back again, and in this video I thought I'd talk about my artistic journey and how it all began. Oh, and welcome back to the Curiosity Gallery in my home. So it's always quite nice to be in here, surrounded by art. Yeah, it's quite a nice feeling, nice atmosphere. Anyway, so yeah, I thought in this video I'd share, how my artistic journey all began and how it started, and why I got into it. So yeah, first of all, I'm going to say I'm not a self-taught artist. Because I think in the world there's two sets of artists. There's one set of artists that teach themselves how to create art, and then there's another group of artists that go through formal education like school, college, university, and learn it through that way. So so I'm in the group of artists that kind of went to school, I went to college, I went to university to study art. So where it all began, so it began at school. I was probably between 16, or let's say 14 and 18. And so between those years, I was really lucky to have the opportunity to study, 2D art and to study ceramic art at school, especially ceramic art. I mean, the school that I went to, I remember they had their own, ceramic facilities, had the potter's wheel, had the kiln, and so that was pretty lucky, because especially when you look at the situation now where they're kind of cutting those ceramic courses out of schools. So to have that at school was pretty lucky back then. But that's kind of where it all began, because I started my journey of really beginning to explore art when I was at school during those years. But actually, I think it was my family. I think it was my mum who introduced me to art. So she really got me inspired. But it was when I was at school, and it was when I was, doing 2D art classes and ceramic art classes, that I really just got hooked. I was never really good at maths, I was never really good at science, I was never really good at English, partly because I'm dyslexic, so I found learning those kind of subjects quite difficult, but I don't let that kind of label me in any way. So I tended to be really creative, and I tended to just shift and move towards those creative subjects because I liked using my hands, I liked creating things. And I think I was always just fascinated by exploring the environment around me and replicating it through art, but then bringing my own interpretation to it. And I just liked it. I just liked being creative and just trying new things. But I remember getting towards the end of school, my tutors back then said, "Oh, we think you're more suitable for studying ceramics because they clearly thought I had some potential within that area, more so than 2D art." So towards the end of school, when I was doing my GCSEs, I really I really kind of focused on ceramics. Yeah, so that was school, and yeah, so towards the end I became more interested. You know, towards the end I really focused on ceramics, and I did that for my what did I do, like 3D ceramics or some kind of ceramic course as part of my GCSE. And yeah, and then from that I then went on to college, and because I wanted to continue exploring art, because I knew that, okay, I was really interested in art, I wanted to continue exploring ceramic art, and I wanted to continue exploring 2D art. And so I then applied to college, and yeah, and that was an interesting experience. That was, how long was that? I think that was 3 years I studied there, and we were trying all sorts of things. Yeah, so by the end of college, it really forced me then to narrow down and then just focused on ceramics. And so from then I then went on to university and did a BA and MA, and that was both in ceramics as well, because yeah, I really enjoyed the material and just working with it, because it's very tactile, it's very hands-on, and I liked seeing like a finish 3D form. So yeah, I pursued ceramics through my BA and MA. Yeah, so I mean, after all of that education, you know, why did I choose clay? And I think for me, one of the reasons was I was recommended to go down that path by from tutors who saw that, you know, okay, this guy has some potential in making 3D objects. And two, yeah, I think too, I just enjoyed the process. You know, I enjoyed just working with my hands to create a 3D object. And yeah, I think it's just more real. It's more, there's something more real about it. And yeah, and there's, I don't know what, maybe, yeah, I think it's just that, I think it's just the ability to shape something with your hands, to create, you know, to take a lump of clay and just create an object out of it. So, you know, that's why I kept on pursuing it. And I think I was always just interested in, you know, exploring it from my own angle. I was always interested in trying to, you know, think about the process, reveal the process, and I was always just interested in creating my own kind of world within these objects. And so some of them weren't very representational to things in the real world, and but I liked that. I just liked exploring the possibilities, and that's where I am today. So today, you know, I'm still doing that. I'm still, you know, still creating ceramic objects and exploring its possibilities. But at the same time, I'm still continuing to work with 2D artworks as another way of expressing ideas. So that's just a little bit about my artistic journey, and kind of where it all began, and, you know, why I decided to, you know, do what I'm doing now by using clay, and, you know, by exploring ceramic objects and 2D objects. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and oh, and if you like what I do and want to support me, feel free to check out my Patreon page. I'll put a link in the description. If you like the video, feel free to like it and subscribe to the channel. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.